Well, my name is Shireen Carrico, and I am the founder of Promise Resource Network. I started the organization in 2005. I am now the CEO. I've been the CEO for 20 years, which blows my mind how long we've been here. And we are at the retreat at the Cabin, which is our third PRN respite for Promise Resource Network. I started the organization because I moved to North Carolina in 2004, and I didn't see people that had life experiences of what would be labeled as mental health issues or substance use issues, people that were in house, people that had been incarcerated, that were at policy tables, that were very visible within our communities, within our systems, within our providers. Peer support didn't exist in North Carolina. And as somebody who came into mental health systems at a young age, I looked around and I said, where's my community? Where are the people that talk about this from the vantage point of walking into the space, not just the vantage point of sitting behind the desk? And where are we influencing change, changing policies, changing systems? And where are these alternatives? Where are we in creating other options that are affirming and supportive and healing for our community? And it didn't exist. And so I decided I was gonna make it happen. So in 2005, I started our first standalone, completely peer-run organization. Promise Resource Network now has grown to operate 26 programs, which absolutely is a labor of love, and it blows me away. And it makes my heart sing every single day that we're able to do this. And we have a large team of people now that make this space happen, that make every new program at PRN happen. Everybody that works at PRN has lived experience. So whether it's like myself, suicide attempt survivors, people that have been hospitalized against their will. We have overdose survivors, we have people that have been in domestic violence situations, people that have lived in federal prison, have lived in state prisons. We have people that have lived on the streets for years and years and years. And we come together and we share our wisdom with one another to provide people to live their best life. And in the meantime, we try to challenge the status quo of systems that were not designed for the truth around healing and recovery. And we do a lot of policy work. So we try to challenge the status quo and disrupt very traditional pathology-based systems. It's been fabulous to see so many people come through our doors and become professionals for the first time in their lives, and then move forward and do amazing things in their community. And then we've had partners that have been a part of our journey from day one at PRN. We have newer partners that are just along for this version of the ride, which is fabulous. But yeah, we have a lot of folks that have been a part of this for a long time. When we walked into the cabin, it was very much a cabin. So, because you were saying every wall was wood, it was dark, there wasn't a lot of natural light in this entire space. There's carpet on every floor. And I think I said to you during our hub open house, when I walk into a space and we go to redesign it, I imagine the people that are going to be in here and what would create expansiveness in their lives. What would they find healing? But I also think if love were a verb, what does that look like? What does that sound like? And what does that feel like? And I take love and I turn it into an action word and try to translate that into a physical space. In this particular space, we have renovated everything from the floors to the ceiling. We got rid of some of the wood and put up sheetrock. We've added lights, we've added windows, we've added doors with windows in them. We have touched every space of this house to make it still feel like a cabin, but more like a cabin chic or an updated cabin. It came out beautifully. And then the team named the room. So we're sitting in one of the bedrooms, which is called Moonbeam. We have another bedroom called Butterfly Garden. We One is called Morning Dew, and the other one is Sunrise. And they give me a name, and we design around that name. So we try to embody the name and embody the love that's going to be experienced in that room. And so when you walk into every bedroom in this house, the feel is very different because every room takes on a personality of its own. Then we have our artist loft here, which is really important. We have amazing artists and musicians that are a part of PRN. So for them to have sacred space to do their work becomes critical. We have our Zen Den, one of my favorite spaces in the entire house, which is really designed to breathe, to regulate our nervous systems, to read, to do sound bath, to listen to, a water feature, whatever it is that helps people to be and to relax and to calm. We have our gathering spaces in this house. We have a living room, we have a game room, a TV room. And then the outside, it is just divine. We are on 5.5 acres of land with walking trails. With outside, we have in the woods, we have Adirondack chairs, and we have a fire pit. We have hammocks, and we are going to use the walking paths. We're going to take like little objects and hide them throughout the walking paths and do some scavenger hunts and just allow the healing property of nature to do its job in this space. So the outside here was our inspiration for the inside. It just happens to be that the inside ended up more gorgeous than I could have imagined. Gosh, I wish I had known this to be true about myself when I got my first of what would end up being 8 or 9 mental health diagnoses. That what I was taught about my mental health issues was that it was my biggest scar, that it was what was wrong with me. And what I've learned over the years, it's actually my superpower. Because of what I have been through, I see pain and beauty in other people. I'm able to connect with humanity in a way that I think a lot of people who never have had to face what they've been through, have done. I have used it to build a career. My experience with brokenness and broken systems created an entire organization, an entire career. So I know right now you may feel like you're broken, but that could not be further from the truth. We need you in our community. We need you to be a part of this movement. We have to make human experience better, and we do that together. I'm so grateful you found your way here, and I hope that you will be a part of PRN and help us to push systems to be more healing. We can do that together.